I'm going to read you the definition of stem cell transplantation is a surgical procedure in which an implantation of stem cells containing live tissue fragments or cell clusters of all organs and tissues of human or animal origin from fetal, neonatal, juvenile or adult stage of life, but not from embryonic stage, is carried out as therapy of diseases of humans and animals. This is equally useful in veterinary medicine. And in reality, in real life, it happens only with the precious, racing horses. Those have been treated by this same therapeutic method, if they are, worth a lot of money. Anyway, now here I would point out this. You see, a very important part of the definition means that these are implantation of stem cells containing live tissue fragments, meaning this is not implantation of only stem cells, but fragments of the tissue or clusters of cells that contain stem cells, as they must have. Human body, it's like a series of beehives. Each beehive has to have mother queen. No queen, no bees. Okay, the same applies here. No stem cells in our body. No cells around it, and so on and so forth. But it is never just the pure stem cells being implanted, and that is the thing which I criticize about the publications coming from the United States, that they are totally misinforming the people as to what it is all about. Okay, now, and as you can see, another important, I said, of all organs and tissues. So there is no exception. You can treat everything. There is no part of the body or some organ systems in the body that cannot be treated by this type of cell transplantation. So it is truly universal. This is one of the things that we are criticized. Or why? How can you say that the cell transplantation will take care of everything? It will, because it is using each and every cell type. And you have no disease in the human body which is made by yet another type of cell type which we don't know anything about. Every disease is linked to one of these cell types. And for the sake of completeness, I mentioned that you can use the fetal, neonatal, juvenile, or adult stage of life. Yes, you can, but with the limitations, as I was talking about the adult, autologous stem cell transplants. Okay, now one has to realize that the neonatal is a touchy issue because one cannot really speak about it, in many circles. But when it comes to central nervous system, this is information which 99.99% of neurologists don't know anything about, is that first 4 years of life, our brain is completely non-immunogenic. Brain is very different among all the organ systems in a human being in one respect. Human being is the only member of animal kingdom incapable to live without support after birth. Every animal, in few hours will be able to walk around, suck the milk. Human being, the first year is totally helpless. The story of Tarzan may be pointed out, but the Tarzan, as he was picked up in the jungle, must have been older than 1 year old, because otherwise the gorilla would not have been able to keep him alive. In the first year, it is simply impossible. Okay, now, Professor Schmid, always being a pediatrician, said, it is sad that this cannot be done, but if there would be a way and would be accepted by the society, that if a child in the first year of life dies suddenly, And the system will be set up that actually the brain can be removed at least partially, fast enough. That is the treatment of Alzheimer. Okay, there is no other way. Alzheimer is the only disease where most likely human fetal cell transplantation is, and I'm just passing information, this is not my own. I was not such a genius in this aspect. Simply, this is the probably the only disease where the human fetal brain tissue or a newborn tissue, if possible, would be great to have. Okay. Now you heard something which probably nobody else out there, because you cannot spread the word like this, unfortunately, because it's unethical and all of this. But that is how it is all about, how it is. Okay. Brain is unique, and brain is key to everything, including treatment of cancer. Because in brain there is one part which runs the autonomous nervous system. That is the part of the nervous system over which we have no conscious control. Only human beings that control autonomous nervous system are yogis. Okay, it is based in part of the brain called hypothalamus. All right, medical doctor learns of a something which is done easily in animal experiment, is called diabetic puncture. A French physiologist, about 8 years ago, found that he kept on poking into the hypothalamus with the needle, and one of those pokes triggered instant diabetes. So this is, he remembered, where was it? So he repeated it, and that is written in every textbook of physiology as diabetic puncture. See, and that is all in the one part of the brain. And the brain, believe it or not, that is exactly where is the place of the equipment that we were talking about in this whole sphere of things, facilitator and the unifier. It's all working on hypothalamus. All right. This is very important for treatment of cancer. Stem cell transplantation has been used successfully for 80 plus years as treatment of many diseases for which modern medicine has had no therapy, or in which state-of-art therapies stopped being effective. Okay. It is not a wonder drug, however, or transplantation of some mother of all cells, universal stem cells that cures everything. Now that is the misconception. And as I already said earlier, it is not a cell transplantation. It is a direct stimulation of regeneration by helping in repair of damaged cells, but which still are alive and can be brought back to life. So that is the main purpose of cell transplantation. So that is the reason why in German language they don't use expression Zellentransplantation, but Zellentherapie, cell therapy, because it is not a transplantation. It's a therapy by cells. Okay, but you don't transplant anything because it cannot be done. Without stem cells, we, or any member of animal kingdom, we cannot regenerate any kind of cells in the body. So without stem cells, we shall die, okay? Without stem cells, there is no life. They must be around, okay? And stem cell transplantation is the only therapy known today which can accomplish direct stimulation of regeneration. Nothing else. You may hear, and read, that there is this is an immunostimulant and all of that, sometimes even the, shall we say, nutritional supplements, but these are not immunostimulants, just figure of speech.